What's up, guys? Welcome back to GoHamDiscGolf. I'm Big John, and happy 4th of July to everybody. In honors of 4th of July, we decided to do a review on the Prodigy M3. That's the new M3, not the old M3 that recently turned into the M2. And the reason that we're saying we're doing this review for the July 4th is because Prodigy sent us this disc that's got a white Prodigy stamp with a blue factory M3 400S pdga approved stamp. And I'll show it to you guys. It probably won't come out that great. You can see the Prodigy stamp is in white and this is in blue. It's kind of like a silvery blue, but it's definitely blue. As far as we know, this is a limited edition stamp that's going to be released soon, but we'll have to all keep an eye on that and see if it actually happens or what's going to be going on with it. But yeah, Prodigy sent this to us and we want to do a review on it for you guys. Before I tell you guys how it flies and show you it flying, I just want to throw it up with a comparison against a couple discs real quick. The two straight flying mid-ranges that are probably the most well known are the Discraft Buzz and the Innova Rock. Now there are all kinds of different variations of the Rock as far as runs and when it came out and the different molds that go along with the runs as well as where they were produced. But let's just go with the regular Rock, the one that most people know, and then along with a Buzz. And you can see from the charts here with inbounds that they do fly very similar with some slight differences here and there. So having shown you that, let's jump straight into what me and Junior thought about the disc. I'm going to overlay some footage right here of us actually throwing it so you can see what it was doing. Now, one thing to mention is that in this footage we were throwing into very slight headwinds, so you're going to see a little bit of a difference with the flight there. Now the first thing to mention is the feel of this disc. Just like every other Prodigy disc out there, the plastic has a great feel. It's got a deeper rim than a Buzz. I can't really speak for a Rock because I don't throw rocks, I throw Buzzes, and I don't put my hands on a rock, all that often compared to a Buzz. But the rim does feel deeper than a Buzz. You can get your hands in there on a power grip a little bit better. It feels nicer. The rim doesn't really have much of a bead, maybe a very slight bead that fits into the knuckle right there, so your power grip feels really good. Now as far as forehand, that deep rim kind of gives it a good feel no matter what forehand grip you use. But it does feel good on all grips. The plastic feels really good. If I was going to compare this plastic to something, I'd say it kind of feels like new Champion plastic mixed with some gold line maybe. I don't know, it's a beast of its own, but the plastic feels really good, and if you look at it just right, it's got a nice bit of swirl to it, so good job on the plastic. Now as far as this guy flying, this is a very straight flying disc. If you release it right, if you release it perfectly and correctly on a flat plane, it's going to hold that for a good amount of distance before starting to fade. And it doesn't even have that much fade to it, guys. You can pretty much expect this guy to land anywhere from 5 to 10 feet off to the left if you're right hand backhand, 5 to 10 feet to the left of where you were aiming or where that line was going. So compensate for that a little bit, but only 5 or 10 feet, that's not a big difference, guys. Spike hyzers, this guy held his line really nice. On anhyzers, this thing loves anhyzers. You get him about, I don't know, 7, 8 feet off the ground, he just holds that anhyzer for days and doesn't really fight back too much. So yeah, it flies very good. I'd say it's a beginner friendly disc. It is the M3, so it's going to be right on the cusp, right on that line of being a straight flying disc to maybe a slightly understable. So if you're a newer player, definitely check out the M3. I think it'll fit you very nicely. If you do throw a Buzz or a Rock or any of the other well-known mid-range discs out there, check out the M3, maybe the M2 or the M3, and see if you like it. It might push its way into your bag because it does feel really good in the hand. It flies the way it's intended to, and I can't stop singing the praise of this plastic. It feels really good. Prodigy definitely did a good job when they came out with this plastic. But all in all, it's a great disc. It does its job very nicely. Any line you put it on, it's going to fight all it can to hold that line for you. So, like I said, definitely check out the M3 if you get a chance. Before I close out this video, I just want to say a big thank you to Prodigy because they sent us this disc. Big thank you to Inbounds Disc Golf for letting us use their flight charts. And a big thank you to Disc Golf Center for showing us all the support right now. Make sure you check out Disc Golf Center because the M3, along with a ton of other great stuff, is on Disc Golf Center right now for very competitive prices. So that's going to be it for this review, guys. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you throw if it's an M3. If you love it, if you hate it, let us know what you think. But that's going to be it for today, guys. We will see you tomorrow. Happy 4th of July, and don't forget to go ham.